big breaking story at this hour, with Delhi's air quality improving slightly. The centre's air quality panel has just minutes ago lifted the curbs imposed under the final stage of the air pollution action plan just 3 days after it came into force. So the centre's air quality panel, the big breaking story at this hour, has lifted the curbs that were imposed in Delhi in the NCR region 3 days ago under a final stage of air pollution action plan. Let's go across to my colleague Priyanshi, who's monitoring this story. Priyanshi, what does this mean? Where do we stand? What does Monday have in store for residents and everyone in this NCR region? What does this new phase mean? Priyanshi? Priyanshi? Try and get the line up with Priyanshi. I'm told that she is there joining us on the phone. But the big breaking story at this hour, remember, just 3 days ago, that was on Thursday, when the air quality index in the National Capital Region became unbearable. They'd gone into the severe plus region. The Commission for Air Quality Management, that is CAQM, decided to implement measures under stage 4 of what is called the GRAP, that is the Graded Response Action Plan. This has become, it's regular terms for residents of the National Capital Region, something we've come to use in our everyday language. What the GRAP is, it is a set of anti-pollution measures that are followed in the national capital and in the vicinity, and this comes into play depending on the severity of the situation. In view of the worsening air quality in Delhi and the NCR region, this plan comes into play. But now, just about 20 minutes ago, the centre has decided, the centre's pollution management panel has lifted the GRAP for curbs in Delhi. So Priyanshi now does join us. Priyanshi, I hope you can hear me. Decipher this for us, decode this for us. What does this mean when the centre's pollution management panel has lifted the GRAP for curbs in Delhi? So where do we stand?
Right. Sarah, let's first understand how this works. So CAQM, the Central Commission, the Central Agency for the Management of Air Pollution in Delhi, implements certain curbs as and when the air quality in the national capital deteriorates. So when the air quality went near the severe category, the GRAP 4 measures were implemented. These are the most strict measures that are on the Commission's list. Before this, GRAP 3 and GRAP 2 were implemented as the air quality was in the very poor category. Now, for the last 2 days, on Friday and Saturday, the air quality was in the severe category, meaning it was above 400 and even 450 in some areas. But now it has gone down. Now it is in the very poor category, which means that those strict measures, according to the CAQM, are not needed anymore. So that is why we are back to GRAP 3 measures now. Now, what is lifted? Let's understand that. Under GRAP 4, the entry of trucks, non-essential trucks, was banned in Delhi. So that ban is lifted. Trucks can freely enter, though that was still happening to some extent because the ban was not entirely implemented. Number 2, the ban on non-BS6 diesel vehicles, any diesel vehicles which are BS4, BS3, they were not allowed, they were banned in Delhi, but now they're also allowed. The ban on on heavy goods vehicles and medium goods vehicles is also lifted, and under GRAP 4, there was an order to close down all industries in the national capital, and that has also been lifted. So these are the major 4 bans that have been lifted. Apart from that, let's also tell you what still stands. Construction activities are still banned that are non-essential. And on the second hand, brick kilns are still banned because these measures come under GRAP 3. Number 3, an important point is that schools are still closed till Tuesday. Primary schools are still closed till Tuesday because that was a separate order apart from the GRAP 4 measures. And all schools are advised to not conduct any outdoor physical activity till Tuesday as well.
All right, so that was the important point I wanted to ask you on. I just want to clarify, because for any of our viewers watching, so much confusion. It's Sunday night, everybody's planning, the kids are getting their homework done, packing their bags, etc., putting out the uniforms in place. So the, I don't know, we can call it a ban, but schools, primary schools will continue to stay closed and students will take their classes online. Primary schools will continue to stay shut, but the senior school students will go ahead and go to school. But the order that had said that there should not be any outdoor activities for school students, that continues to stay, that continues to hold. Thanks so much, Priyanshi, for that. We also have Dr. Suresh Kumar, MD at the LNJP Hospital, joining us. Dr. Kumar, you've just heard the new rules that have been put out by the government. Your reaction, because Doctor, on Sunday, today we saw pollution levels improve slightly. That was due to favorable wind speed and because of a drop in the contribution of stubborn burning. But the problem is for residents, all of us, in fact, I was just commenting about this with friends earlier, that the bar is so low for us that it falls by 100 points and we say, wow, the weather's gotten so much better, but it's still at the lower end of the very poor category, isn't it, right now?
Definitely, we see just a marginal improvement in the air quality, but it is only short term. We never know that when this air effect goes off and we have again land up in a poor quality. We know that a lot of problems are there in the children and school-going children particularly.
Yeah.
And we do see the children are reporting to pediatric OPD with the sore throat, with burning sensation in the eyes, skin allergy and all asthmatic problems, much more nowadays.
Yeah.
So definitely if the children stay indoor and there is a lot of restriction in the outdoor activity, then it is definitely a good step.
All right. So 2 points. I just want to reiterate for our viewers where we stand right now. We have a 24-hour average air quality index. That was, when I checked at 4 p.m. at 339. So it had dropped from 381 a day ago. And that had further dropped from 447 on Friday, which was really a horrific day. This is according to the Central Pollution Control Board. And the fact, though, Doctor, at 350 right now, let's say an approximate of 339 at 4 p.m., that is still very unhealthy for the human lung, correct?
Definitely, because if you see the ambient air, good air for the good health, if the air quality index must be less than 50, but we have seen that even the marginal improvement is still this carbon content, the toxic content, all sulfur dioxide, nitrous oxide and all harmful substances, which is still at a very poor quality.
All right, Doctor, I won't put you on the spot and ask you if it was right for the panel to then, remove these curbs so soon. Perhaps they should have given us a little more breathing space, pardon the pun. But let me ask you this, Doctor. How do you balance out the requirement of a young primary student, for example, getting an education, the fact that, as you are aware, that, especially government schools, etc., students don't have access to the internet back at home, and them actually, going out, because when these students are at home, they're still breathing the same air that they would be while in school.
Because we have to balance the health is more important than I think as a doctor point of view, I think the health is more important than the learning. Because if you are healthy, then only you can have a better learning. Once your health is not okay, you can't learn. That is as simple. So the health is the topmost priority for the children, for the growth of the children, not only the physical health, but the mental health. All respiratory tract illnesses are much more nowadays because of this poor quality. We must at the same time have the minimal educational activity going on.